Hey everyone, Zane here and welcome to Mr. Armageddon Builds. Today we're looking at a little project that I was working on in an attempt to find the best rail-mounted weapon light that I could find for under $100. And this is going to be installed on my IWI Tavor SAR rifle. Now, if you've ever searched Amazon or Optics Planets for weapon lights, you'll know that there are a ton of options that are under $100. The problem is, most of those are junk, or made for airsoft rifles and won't stand up to the continuous recoil of an actual firearm. Now, I have nothing against airsoft. I have a few rifles and pistols myself, and my kids and I have a lot of fun with it. But optics and gear made for airsoft should never be used on actual firearms, where reliability is key. And of course, there are lots of great options at higher price points as well. I own a few of those, and I'm very happy with them. But for this video, we are focusing on the best buy for under $100. Now, the requirements that I put forth for this light are that it be at least 300 lumens, can work with a pressure switch, and uses a low-profile rail mount, in addition to having good battery options. I tested 5 different lights and setups and have narrowed down the results to a clear winner. So here we go. This particular setup is using parts from 2 different light manufacturers. The light and pressure switch are from Streamlight, and the mount is from OLIGHT. Total parts came in around $88, and so well under the $100 metric that we were trying to shoot for. Links for these items can be found down below in the video description. Okay, so here we have the weapon light itself, and it's a Streamlight ProTac, and the model number is 1L-1AA. This light has an output of 350 lumens and runs off a standard CR123A battery. What's cool about this light is that you can also use a AA battery in a pinch. So say you are out of batteries, but you don't have any more CR123s on hand, you can throw in a AA battery. Now, the only stipulation with that is that although it will work, it will be at a lower brightness output. Now, some people may balk at the only 350 lumens output, but let me be clear, this is to be utilized on a home defense rifle. As great as a 1000 lumen light is, using that indoors on white walls is an easy way to temporarily blind yourself with your own light. So 350 lumens is great for this purpose, and it has plenty of reach with it. To secure the light, we have the OLIGHT W-WM25 low-profile rail mount. Now, this is made for a standard 1-inch light, so we will have to do a slight modification to make it work with the ProTac, which is a little bit smaller in diameter. They do make a smaller version of this mount that would probably work out of the box with the ProTac, but when I was looking, they weren't available at the time. The mount is made of a strong material that should hold up pretty well to extended use and a bit of abuse. The remote switch is also made by Streamlight and is specifically made for the ProTac series. Standard Streamlight pressure switches have a female thread that goes over the threads of the larger weapon lights. This one is made to work with the ProTac lights, and they have male threads that go on the inside of the weapon light. So make sure when you're sourcing this stuff, you pick the correct one for this light. Now, I was able to find this particular switch on Optics Planet, but it could be available at other retailers as well. Now, with the part selection out of the way, let's go ahead and get around to mounting this and showing you what it looks like. Alright, so this mount from OLIGHT has a spring mechanism that allows you to expand the opening to work with various lights, and then securely tighten it around that light. It does ship with some adhesive rubber pads to secure lights with a more narrow diameter, such as this ProTac. I actually went a different route and designed a 3D printed custom sleeve to make things nice and snug, making it basically a 1-inch diameter light. But the rubber pads that it comes with should work just great. This sleeve slides right over the top of the light and then goes inside the mount opening. So now we can take the mount, attach it to the rails, and then you tighten this retention screw by pulling out and turning, which not only secures it to the rail, but also tightens around the light itself. Now that it's tightened down, this thing is very secure and does not wiggle at all. So now that we have the light mounted, let's go ahead and attach the tail cap. These pressure switches are programmable, so you might want to do any of that customization before you secure the switch to the rifle using that adhesive pad. The tail cap and cable have a few options for routing, and so consider that and your particular rifle when making sure that you tuck this cable out of the way once it's mounted to your rifle. As I mentioned before, these switches are programmable, and so how I have mine set up is on this longer pad here. This is the momentary switch, and the smaller rocker is a standard on-off locking switch. I didn't want the strobe light option or the lower light setting, so I programmed mine to always use the high output option. Alright, so with that, we're there. We have an effective $88 weapon light with mount and pressure switch combo. Obviously, Streamlight already has a great reputation within the firearms community, and they're known for their reliability. And I have other weapon lights from them on various firearms and pistols that have been performing really good for years. So I'm pretty confident that this will work great on the Tavor. As mentioned earlier, there are plenty of other more expensive options out there that will work great on your rifle. But if you're wanting to stay within that $100 mark, this is one of the best ways you can go about it. So thanks for watching, and if this video helps you, please like and subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Take care.